I'm John Rathbone and I'm chairman of the JCRA group. I started by a lot of people actually employing me by asking me to do odd jobs, and as I spoke to them, they all encouraged me to set up an independent operation. I was with a friend of mine going to play bridge and he was giving me a lift, and I was telling him I actually had a decision to make as to whether to go and work for a UK clearing bank or do my own thing. And he just pulled over the side of the road, got his checkbook out, said, "How much?" I said, "What are you talking about? How much?" He said, "How much do I need to write this cheque for in order to persuade you to go and do your own thing?" So I told him to make it out for a few £1,000, and he wrote it out, gave me the cheque, and said, "You can tell me what shareholding I've got tomorrow morning." And that persuaded me to do it. The majority of our work over the ensuing years after that start point has been in the property sector, and that arose from being in the pub one evening, and I was talking to a guy who was managing director of a small property company, and I explained to him what we did, and he just said, "You shouldn't be working for banks, you should be working for property companies. Come round and meet my finance director." So I duly went round and saw his finance director, and we did some work for him, and he just thought it was fantastic, and the business grew really quite quickly in that sector, just through people recommending us on to other people. When we started out, you had to persuade people to hedge, and that was really pretty difficult in a very high interest rate environment. And the whole concept of the service, people used to say, "Why don't I go and get exactly the same thing from my bank?" Our strategy advice comes from actually understanding what the company and its shareholders are looking to achieve. Advice from a bank is just a standalone hedging instrument, take it or leave it. So the banks have been very helpful to us, A in that, and then B, sadly performing extremely badly, and therefore making the use of an independent advisor, very straightforward decision for most people to take. I think there's a genuine ethos of actually enjoying working for clients. And one of the nice things in comparison with a bank is that you just receive a salary from the bank. When you're giving your client advice, strategic advice or benchmarking pricing advice, they're actually paying you. So they're paying you for the value they ascribe to you rather than the institution that you work for. And it's the relationship with the clients which has, to me, always been the most enjoyable part of the business. I would say our greatest achievement is the level of trust we've achieved from our clients. It's that trust element which is absolutely crucial.